Hello everyone, this is Sunil here from Asha24 and you're welcome to this session. We're going to be talking about Sailpoint. So this session is about Sailpoint. So what exactly is Sailpoint? So the tool that you see in front of you, that's what Sailpoint is. It's an identity management software. Now identity management is something you wouldn't have seen stuff like this long time back. Like for example, 10 years back, there weren't much softwares available for identity management. Separate softwares were not available. But right now you will see there are a lot of softwares. You will see there is something called as Okta, Ping, right? There is something ForgeRock, then there is Oracle Identity Management. There are a lot of players who provide IDM, IAM solutions. Now, first of all, what exactly is identity management? We will just talk about it a bit. Then we will see, I will show you an overview of this particular tool. And since this is the first session, so let's make it very simple. So let's just try to understand what are the different so what exactly is identity management and what is the need. See guys, try to understand. If you have any idea about what is going on, then you know that data is what is god. So in current age of internet, data is god. If you have data, you're everything. It means, see, the millions of let's talk about a bank called a Citibank or some big Bank of America. So you will see their data is stored, the data about their customers, it is stored in different databases. Right now there might be a person who he's a developer, there might be a person who is just a user, right? And there are persons that are administrators, many different persons. And even users, there are some users who have access to credit cards, debit cards, stuff like that. And there are some users who have access to home loans, and there are some users who have access to 5 to 10 applications. So users, what users can access, and what one more thing is they shouldn't access something that they're not supposed to, right? So if that happens, that's an identity breach, right? So what's basically, if we talk about IDM, what is an identity? Identity is nothing but it's just the profile, or you can say, let's say on a high level, let's say it's an employee, right? So managing the identities of that particular thing, that's nothing but IDM, identity data management, right? That's the software. So I think I have explained enough on that. Let's jump over to a bit of practicals. We will see the tool and try to understand more. So well, this is the tool, and you can see this is in a VMware. So this is the VMware Sailpoint, and right. So this is the VMware and this is the software. Let me log in, SP spadmin and admin. So you can see the link here, IdentityIQ, right? So I think it's already logged in. So you can see here, this is what is the tool. This is how it looks like, and this is the home page for that Sailpoint. So home page, IdentityIQ, right? And here you can just log in, SPA admin, that's the user ID password, guys. For okay, sorry, double. Okay, so you can see it's logging in. So this is the home page, and you can see policy, how many policy violations, how many access reviews, approvals. So let's start one by one. I will It's not possible for me to explain each and every bit on details, and that's not the purpose of this session. The purpose is to give you a brief overview idea of what exactly Sailpoint is, and in the further sessions I am creating a series, a free tutorial series. So in the future sessions I will be talking about in detail how you create an identity, how you're going to create an application, and roles, policies, lot of stuff. But in today's session, let's just have a brief overview of all this stuff. So you see, this is the home page. This can be configured based on the particular user and stuff. And you can see here, like how basically once you have configured applications and policies and all those stuff, then you will see, once it's connected to the target application, how many policy violations there will be. Policy violations, okay, and that's the job, that's the reason why we are implementing Sailpoint, so that we can see the graph in details and the how many access reviews and approvals, like user accesses, right? Manage, because see, Sailpoint is all about managing user accesses, certificates, user accesses, so right, that kind of stuff. So this is nothing but this is a shortcut. And if you go more deeper into a lot of other stuff, you can see this thing. So you can see in my work, identities, all this stuff. Let's go through this one by one on a high level basis. First of all, so this is the same stuff that you see here: my access reviews, access request, policy violation, how many violation on policies that is done, and all those, what kind of violations, all that stuff will be listed out here. Then here you can see identity warehouse. What exactly is this will store details about your identities. For example, this one is the risk model, this one is warehouse. Let's just see the warehouse a bit, then I think you'll get more idea. So if I click on warehouse, let's see what I can find. So you can see it shows one user. Do you know why it shows one user? Because the reason is I just clicked on that, sorry. So the reason is I have only one user called as SPA admin in this particular system. That's the reason why I can see only SPA admin. And you can see here it's an administrator. So if I want to see more details on this particular user, then I can click on that. Then it takes me to a window where I can see the details of all those things, and I can even see the role. What is the role? If you go to the user rights, then you can see the rules. That's the system administrator, right? So you can create users, and then you can provide privileges, like whatever privileges you want to provide in this particular window. So that's what this window is for. And then the event, activity, all those stuff can be configured right here in this application, right? Attributes, entitlements, and application accounts, policy of for this particular user, history, risk, right? Risk, I'm going to talk about risk later, but basically risk is the most important thing. So this is one of the things through which we control the identities, because the identities it is exposed on the internet. So risk is a factor that protects that particular thing, and you can see all the reporting, all that stuff it's done here, right? So that's example of identities. Well, I told you, right, identity is nothing but its profile, or you can say it's let's just say it's an employee, right? So if you want to normally upload all the identities, or you connect via an application to those identities, right? And here you can see here, so let's say how do you create an identity. So if you want to create an identity, you can go here and click on this and say manage identity, and just say create an identity, right? So create identity, give all the details. So identity, let's just say Asha24, and whatever password you want to give, password, right? Then just fill the first name, middle name, last name, all that stuff, and just submit. Then you will see one more user will be created. So just a submit, then you will see this user will be created, right? This identity will be created. All right, now where can I see all that stuff where it is created? If you want to see, you can go here and click on identity warehouse, then you should see that particular user. Here we go. So Asha24, right? It's very easy to create identities and stuff, and you can see all the details, user rights, all those things. You can also manage identities. If you have lot identities, you can manage, you can view all that stuff. You can do it right here. And in manage user access, so all the user access, accounts, password stuff. So it's nothing but Sailpoint, it's all about certificates and user access management. So that particular thing you can do here. We'll be talking more about this thing later, because it's if I start on this thing, then we'll go deeper on that. So a lot of people who are listening to this video, they don't have much idea on what exactly is Sailpoint. So I'm just trying to give you a very brief overview, right? Now your task, approvals, all those things, sign off requests, and the dashboard, right? So these all features that are there on this the home page screen. Then we got something called as application. What exactly is application? Application is how can I explain? Application is, let's say, it's just a script or a program. Okay, so it's just a script or program that enables you to connect to a target system. What's a target system? Target system is something that contains the identities. Like for example, a target system is let's say it's a bank that contains identities of the employees, or let's say identities of its customers. So that's basically an application, how we will be creating and how we will be um, managing, configuring the application. Now that's all what this course is about. We will see how to add an application, stuff like that, right? And you will see one more thing, risk model. I already talked about it a little bit, so we will see this is very, very important. Then the intelligent systems, especially the reporting, you have seen some bit of it in the home page, the reports. So that stuff, the reports and advanced analytics. So you can, if I click on reports, just see, I don't have any reports because I have not created any. So if you create a report, then you can see all that stuff. It will show you like the discrepancies and everything about the particular identity access management, all that stuff you can see. And there is course and all those things, reports, advanced analytics. This is a very good feature, we'll talk about it. And yeah, I told you, right, certification is very important. Certification is nothing but it's about the user access review. So let's say which particular user has access to a particular like on what all the things he has access, right? For example, let me give you an example. Let's say insurance company or a bank. Now they have they use these certificates very much. So they're using the certificates, they ensure that their customer is connected from a secure system, and pretty much that's what certification is all about. And certification is the main basis why we have Sailpoint. I mean, that's the main reason why we are implementing, why there is a separate software called as Sailpoint, and that's why Sailpoint is successful. And roles is something, I think you can guess what roles do. It's basically like bunch of privileges we group on, and then we assign it to a particular identity. That's what a role is, right? It is basically for simplifying the access, right? That's what we do. And policies, all the set of policies are nothing but rules. You create all the rules, and then that's what policies are. And we will see how to create, manage policies later. And task groups, so group is, it's grouping of the stuff. So that's the group. And yeah, business process is important. It's nothing but it's the workflow, or let's say mapping or a workflow. What does it do? What do we do? Let's just say a particular application. Let's talk about a particular application. Let's say a person joined a bank, right? He joined a bank as an employee. Then what are all the things that needs to be done? So you will create a business process that, okay, when a person joins a particular organization, then you need to give privileges on this stuff, right? So that all things can be automated. So this is pretty important for automation and stuff like that. And yeah, that's what it's all about on this thing. Lifecycle and batch request, right? This moreover on the batch, whatever you have created. So that's what is there on this side. Plus you will see there is also something called as this is especially for administrators. I mean, it is for administrator, but you will see as a Sailpoint developer, you should also have access to debug. So to have access to debug, normally you should have administrator privileges. So just go here. Then you can see here, this is basically for debugging, and it's quite important in Sailpoint. If you're a developer, you can select any particular object and let's say identity, let's just say identity. Then you can see here, if you remember, we had two users, right? So two identities, that is Asha24 and spa-admin, right? So that's what I can see here. And basically you will see this, the world knows this two spa-admin Asha24 as identities, but for Sailpoint, it's nothing but it's just an XML file. So if you go and click on that, then you will see it'll open up this XML file, right? So pretty easy, right? So you can see here the stuff, it's stored in XML key, display name, all that. I mean, all that stuff, right? So let's close it. So that's on this particular identity part. And Yeah, I mean, you will see pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much the overview of this tool. Now for the course content, what will be covered, what will not be covered, you can just check it in the website. You can easily find it. And yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this particular session. I don't want to make it long. So thank you very much for listening to this stuff, and just check out the second session. Thank you very much.